Hey everyone. Today, if you read the title, you would know that I'm going to do a story time. Today is going to be the story of when I was almost attacked, killed, and
hurt
by bees. More specifically, yellow jackets, actually. But nobody knows what the crap those are, so we're gonna go with bees. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. So I used to go to this daycare. Like, we always played games because it was just a lit time. And we once wanted to play hide and seek. We were all hiding. I myself was, I don't know where I was. I was like behind a bush or something. But at the time, I was like so tiny.
I still am.
That like nobody could see me behind that bush, and it was a tiny bush, so nobody would suspect anyone would be behind there. But guess what? I was. I could see people from where I was. And one of them I could see, and we're not going to use their real names just because I don't want to have to like get permission because that's a lot of effort. His name was, let's just go with Bob. So Bob was hiding behind a bush similar to me, but like a little scrub. Bob was hiding behind a bush that was like, you could see right through it. It was pretty transparent. So like I could just see him squatting there, and I was like, Bob. Amateur Bob. It was not going to be long until the seeker found him. But then I hear him talking to someone, and he's like, I really have to pee. And this person's voice, which I later realized was, let's just go with Deborah. Deborah was like, well then go inside. And he's like, but I'm determined to win. So Bob stayed in his hiding spot. And then Deborah was like, or just go here because nobody's going to look because you're outside. Deborah was off over there. So Bob stands up and like waddles himself over to an empty area with like a few bushes around him. He disappeared. Couldn't really see where he went. But I hear him unzipping his pants, and I'm assuming that he's going to the bathroom because guys can go to the bathroom outside. This was in the fall, so there were leaves covering the ground. A specific leaf pile was just kind of like near where Bob was going to the bathroom at. And lo and behold, underneath of that leaf pile was an entire nest of yellow jackets. So Bob was just minding his own business when a swarm of bees just come up from the leaf pile and start chasing him. It didn't take long for us to see this boy running through the yard with his pants down, being chased by a swarm of bees. And needless to say, we were all confused. And then the panic set in, and everyone just kind of like popped up from their hiding places and started screaming and running around like crazy people. It was really interesting. I myself was like, what is going on? So all of us are making a mad dash to go back inside. And keep in mind, the yard was pretty big, so like it was a little bit of a journey to get back inside. Like, it was not fast. Like, we were booking it. And the swarm divides and starts chasing everyone. So Bob got stung just about everywhere, and Deborah also got stung quite a bit. I myself only got stung once in my pinky. This thing right here, I only got stung there, so I was lucky. And then another girl that was there, let's name her Karen, she only got stung like twice or like once, and they were on like minor areas. And then so was Susie. Susie, me, and Karen all just got off pretty easy. However, Deborah and Bob, not so much. They were stung a lot, and the issue was they were highly allergic. They were sitting here like their bodies kind of just hiving. They were kind of just getting hives, and everyone was panicking. But it didn't stop there. No, it did not, because somehow we all managed to surpass Bob. And as we are running inside, Bob is in such a panic that he forgets to close the door. And we see Bob running and the door open and the bees still chasing him. So now this pretty big house was just swarmed with bees, and they were all spreading, and we had no idea where like all of them actually were. So it was a little bit of an issue, and we were kind of like, this is a problem. And we couldn't be out in the open because they were just waiting to like kill us with their stingers. So all of us take refuge in the green room. Luckily, the last person closed the door behind them, and we were all stuck in the green room for about 3 or 4 hours. This green room is literally just like a glass room with like 2 chairs in it, and then like plants, just plants everywhere. So we had nothing to eat, nothing to drink. We didn't have like anything to do and nowhere to really sit. Like there were like 2 chairs, so we kind of were just like sitting on the floor of the green room. We were calling some exterminators, and we were also calling some people to get like the necessary medicine so these children will not die from the stings. So we are sitting here waiting to be like helped, and we have this idea that since we kind of were really hungry and it was going to be a while till the exterminator could come on such short notice, we were like, okay, we gotta wait, but we're all really hungry. So we had this genius idea that everyone who was wearing a hoodie or like sweatpants or something would take them off and they would give them to the runner. So the runner would like put these things like over their head, pretty much like cover up their entire face besides their eyes so that they could see. Also, they try to like cover up like their legs and arms and stuff so they wouldn't get stung. So we had a runner just like go out of the green room and like to the kitchen and like snipe a few boxes of Cheez-Its and like some Kool-Aid. And the entire time we were in there, what I remember specifically was that Bob was just hysterically crying because he thought the bees were going to sting his DS. I don't know if you guys remember what DSs were, but they were my whole childhood, and I guess Bob's too. But Bob was sitting here like having a mental breakdown because he thought the bees were going to sting his DS. As if this doesn't sound weird enough, let me just give you a little picture here. A DS, which is like a hard material gaming thing, is going to get stung by bees. First of all, where would the bees even sting the DS at? Second of all, how? Why? And we were all kind of like, no, don't worry, like you're gonna be just fine, you know. Obviously, it was not a rational fear. Whenever the runners came back with the food, we were all kind of eating, but we didn't want to run too many times because we didn't want the bees to realize where we were and then risk them getting in the green room. We just talked and panicked together until eventually some of the people showed up with the medicine. So we are all sitting here, they're like giving out medicine for everyone's stings and stuff, and these children are finally stopping their hysteric crying that was happening because of the DSs and because they were in pain from being stung. And all was well, but it wasn't, because the exterminator took a while, and needless to say, it took a while for him to fix the issue because these bees were spread out this entire house and like we didn't know how many were chasing us. But eventually all was well. We got our medicine, we healed ourselves. The exterminator came and eradicated the bees / yellow jackets, and we were all safe. That's it for my story time about the time I got stung by a bee on my pinky finger. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more story times, comment below because I'm willing to, I think I have a few I could do. See you guys.